coloring black and white material is not original. In the late 1890s, Thomas Edison had established an assembly line to hand paint black and white film. In 1917, different strands of film, one for reds, one for blue-greens, were used to produce color by bonding them together. During the 1920s, alternative systems were developed. These included tinting and dyeing the black and white film, and toning, which colored only the grays and shadows. With the advent of sound, color experimentation diminished because color dyeing interfered with the soundtrack. A few years later, Kodak developed new dyes which were used until 1949. All of these attempts were to color convert black and white film. What we're doing is color converting videotape. This process is made up of 6 major steps. The first step is making a new print of the original film and transferring this to videotape. This is done on a scene-by-scene basis so that we can provide the best quality picture available on videotape for the coloring process. The next step involves our continuity department. Here a specialist identifies each individual shot in the film. A typical feature-length film is made up from 800 to 1,400 unique shots. Each one is cataloged individually. The next step involves the art director and research staff. The art director will establish the overall look for color selection for the entire picture. Using information obtained by the researchers, they'll establish specific colors for flesh, hair color, eye colors of key characters, and provide a general look for each set and location within the film.
As we are doing this process, we keep in mind that we are creating a new form of entertainment that is not to be seen in an old movie palace on a 50-foot screen, but in the living room on a 20-inch television, so the needs are a bit different.
I use my background as a cinematographer to interpret these black and white films for today's television audiences. We bring the content of the black and white films up to today's television broadcast standards, then add color as if color had been available to the original filmmakers. This requires our interpretation at every step of the way.
The next step is to create a storyboard. This is a visual presentation of key shots within the film, utilizing the direction and guidance of the art director to establish the overall look for the entire movie. After approval of the storyboard, the bulk of the coloring work begins. Each individual shot in the movie is now colored. A number of keyframes will be selected from the shot to establish the position for masks which define areas of the picture, applying color sets to those areas, which will include many hues and tones. These masks will specify individual areas of the picture. Within these areas may be multiple objects. The masks are available and can be created on 5 different planes. This allows us the ability to blend and mix colors, the same as an artist would with paints. When mask areas overlap each other, the colors are added together, giving us an infinite tonal palette. Our colors are able to achieve these difficult goals because of their wide backgrounds in the areas of graphic arts, fine arts, cinematography, photography, and other artistic disciplines that are very useful to them on a day-to-day basis in their job. For consistency's sake, shots are not colored in the order they appear in the film. Rather, they're grouped by location and character. Therefore, at this point, our editor takes over. His task is to be sure that the original order is maintained, as each individual shot is recorded into the final product.